I like the idea that a voice can just go somewhere uninvited, like a dirty thought in a nice, clean mind.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jay. This is Real Talk. We're back with season 3, and we got an OG of the hip-hop world, Kiki Smooth. Thank you for being here, my man.
Man, I appreciate you guys. Overtime hustling. Y'all know what it is, bro.
Yeah, they're great to us. They sponsor our show. I'm on another show on their channel. They've been nothing but great to us. But I'm going to hit with you and OTH before this is over. But before we do, I want to let everybody hear the first song of yours that I ever heard that turned me on to your music, and it's Sup, My Boy.
Oh, man. Thank you. Hey, real quick, it's directed by Lucky Rogers, one of my best friends that's passed away of cancer. So this video actually means a lot to me. So I love this one. It's produced by my brother Big O. And the video, we did it at the Watts Towers. You know how we do it, man. So, yes, this is my video. It's called What's Up, My Boy.
All right, man. And rest in paradise, my dude.
That's right. Lucky Rogers.
Grind, what's up, my boy? Yeah, I got the work, man. What's up, my boy? Yeah, you wanna hustle? What's up, my boy? Holla at a G, man. What's up, my boy? Yeah, I got the work. What's up, my boy? Yeah, I got the work. What's up, my boy? Yeah, we hustle. What's up, my boy? If you got the beef, man, I got my boys.
I got everything you need. Just kill the club and it looks like a murder scene, baby. All sprung, one hit a quitter. Red cut Sundays and we chillin' at the villa. Got it going, showing all of that G-string. I want a purple, leave it swollen like a bee sting. Get it, ship it, double and flip it. Crazy and wild, it's the way we live it. Got that cake. Baby, look the frosting, looking fresh to death like I jumped out the coffin. Work, making them C notes. The new Kobe Bryant, baby, call me Vino. I got connections all across that border. Everybody loves that Coca-Cola. Drink, toast to the good life. Holla at your boy if you really wanna grind.
What's up, my boy? Yeah, I got the work, man. What's up, my boy? Yeah, you wanna hustle? What's up, my boy? Holla at a G, man. What's up, my boy? Yeah, I got the work. What's up, my boy? Yeah, I got the work. What's up, my boy? Yeah, we hustle. What's up, my boy? If you got the beef, man, I got my boys. Got my boys.
Ooh, lookin'. Up in the bay and we smoking on them cookies. Getting turned up, Hennessy, cranberry. Last name White plus my first name Berry. Inhale, exhale, up my ass is well. Round the way, girl, you can come and hit this L. Oh. Rockin' that Elin. Birthday cake, every day is my B-day. Black boys, calling all the black boys. Doing real big Godzilla on the black boy. She love the pop bottle. Hair done, nails done, looking like a model. Workout, 24 fitness. Queen of the lap dance, girl, mean business. Big old booty, she probably Colombian. I'ma take it down, show her how we bubble.
Grind, what's up, my boy? Yeah, I got the work, man. What's up, my boy? Yeah, you wanna hustle? What's up, my boy? Holla at a G, man. What's up, my boy? Yeah, I got the work. What's up, my boy? Yeah, I got the work. What's up, my boy? Yeah, we hustle. What's up, my boy? If you got the beef, man, I got my boys. Got my boys.
Chasing that queen, bumping Tupac with his brother Mo Green. Smoking on a pun, talking to a ratchet. All night down and she spinning like a rocket. Strippers going crazy, got the strippers going crazy. Bottle of the lean got me talking like lazy. Bone, thug, first of the month. Wake up, got the money in the trunk. Bites on the phone, now hablando de dinero. In front of the Watts Tower, sipping on Modelos. Call Mellow, ship it down to NY. Triple up, I got it for a cheap price. Yeah, I got the hookup. Like that's the B, there's no limit when we cook up. White girl, brown girl, black girl, that girl, you can have them all. Just give me that cat.
Grind, what's up, my boy? Yeah, I got the work, man. What's up, my boy? Yeah, you wanna hustle? What's up, my boy? Holla at a G, man. What's up, my boy? Yeah, I got the work. What's up, my boy? Yeah, I got the work. What's up, my boy? Yeah, we hustle. What's up, my boy? If you got the beef, man, I got my boys. Got my boys.
That's what
Yeah.
the fuck is up, man.
Yo, that's crazy. Because I was looking at all the people in the video too, man. You know, that's Little Easy in the video. Some of my homies from Bone Thug right here at Grape Street Watts. And Flocky's the actress that's in the movie End of Watch. She's in the video too. My brother Big Swisher, the producers in the video, yeah, like all my girls in the video, all my cousins. That's pretty dope, man. You just took me back right now, brother.
Yeah, well, that's the first song. I heard that a few years ago. That was the first song I heard of yours. And then after that, I had to go listen to more. And I got to ask, man, how old were you when you got into music? Because you got music that at least 15 years now.
Yeah, well, like it started from DJing. So I've been in music pretty much all my life. You know, I worked at Eazy-E's record store, and I was Coolio's DJ.
Okay.
You know, so you know, I did my share of touring the world as a DJ. You know, and that's what kind of led to wanting to rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm glad you did, man. I really enjoy your music. I appreciate that being a kid I grew up in the 80s and 90s. I appreciate that your music, even your newer stuff, it's updated, but you still have the feel of the 90s hip hop to it.
Man, I appreciate that. And you know, that's been kind of the journey, trying to introduce the music that sounds like today, but has yesterday's feeling. You know, so that's been the mission, and you know, really proud that, you know, I stuck to my guns and been working and developing a new sound for my Latinos. You feel me? My brown people.
Look, man, I don't even speak Spanish. Understand a little bit, but that's from being locked up. But even your Spanish joints, bro, I listen to them and I don't even know what the fuck you're saying, and I'm still enjoying it.
Hey, you know, that's funny because I was rapping in English like for so many years, and you know, I would go to clubs and it would be all black people and it'd be me performing, you know, and when I started rapping in Spanish, all those black fans are still my fans, and I get pulled over and they're like, I don't know what the fuck you're saying, bro, but it's hard as fuck. And
yes,
that makes me feel so good that I can have a black man tell me that they don't know what the fuck I'm saying, but they're still bumping my shit. You feel me?
No,
So
it's funny. My wife sits here and looks at me like, what the fuck are you listening all the time? Because I'm always down the YouTube rabbit hole or Spotify, Apple Music.
right.
And I said, man, I was playing some of your stuff today, getting ready for the show. And I'm like, listen to this. He could be singing about selling fucking lemonade, and I wouldn't know, but this joint goes.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. It's you know, I've been influenced by the right people. I'm not going to take all the credit for that. You know, I've been around the greatest MCs in Spanish. It was a collective of an idea of all of these dope ass MCs that had a vision for me as the first Mexican rapper out of Compton, as the first Mexican signed to Rich and Ruthless, you know, Eazy-E's record label. They always had a plan for me, but I'm a stubborn Scorpio, you know. Nah, I don't want to do that. Nah, I don't want to do that. And thank God that I have true friends that really saw something in me, kicked it in me, and that's my brother Man Hablado, La Sinfonía, that's Arsenal and Seis, my brother Bobby Castro. These dudes had a vision for me and pretty much put it together, dog, and that's how all this Spanish music started coming. You know, it was their guidance, them putting me in the studio, teaching me what I had to learn to do in Spanish to make it sound my way. And here we are, man. I'm actually recording my second Spanish album. Well, it's pretty much done already. It's called Primo. People running into money options. You know, Primo. It means cousin in Spanish, but you know, I broke it down because me and my cousins, we truly are respected in Compton and Watts in the streets. So I decided to dedicate this next CD to all my primos, all my cousins. And I'm not just talking about my blood cousins. I'm talking about my black cousins, my Latino cousins all up and down Compton and Watts. So I decided to do something different with this next CD, but it's still in Spanish. You know what I mean?
When does that come out?
It's actually going to be coming out, and I'm just gonna make the announcement now. Fuck it. We're gonna be dropping it at the end of October for Halloween. Okay. So we're gonna be scaring the fuck out of everybody. You know what I mean? We got some real Compton shit. I got some special co-signing on it. You know what I mean? Yella's coming back to drop that CD with me. So just to have the OG from NWA bless me with another CD is just an amazing feeling for me. You know what I mean?
Well, not only have you got to work with some of the best Hispanics in the game, but what was it like, man? You're DJing for Coolio, so you got to be learning some stuff there. I mean, he's younger than you, but Little Easy grew up in the game, so that had to be dope working with him also.
Yeah.
Like, Yella, man, what's that like, man? You're working with some OGs of the hip-hop world.
Yeah, you know, how can I tell you? Yella is like, I'm a DJ. I grew up wanting to be Dr. Dre, DJ Yella, Arabian Prince, DJ Quick, you know, as a DJ from Compton, California, growing up, going to school, buying these actual vinyls, you know, and looking at in the pictures and like, I want to be like this guy. Until one day making him my DJ was like, it's like playing for the Lakers, bro. You feel me? I'm from Compton, California. I get to work with DJ Yella. Say what? You know, and it's a dream come true, bro. And it's been the biggest learning curve that I had ever went through, because Yella taught me a lot just about being myself, not actually just being an MC. He taught me how to be myself. And I learned a lot from that man, and I learned everything that there is to be a DJ with him. Well, the history. I knew a little bit of it, but I got the juicy parts out of him. You know what I mean? I got to spend a lot of time with Yella, and I still do. So my questions with him is always about DJing, no matter what. I don't need to know about the NWA days. I want to know who taught him how to scratch. Who taught, you know what I mean? The things that no one knew, I know them. I know them all. I know all the secrets on what started actual DJing here in LA. You know?
You let him know, I need to know what you got to do to produce them porns, because I know he made a fuck ton of money off them porns. So I need to know. That's cool, though. And what was it like, man, traveling with Coolio, man? What was that shit like?
That was beautiful, bro. It was an amazing page in my life. It was really, really fast. I mean, like, if y'all know what Coolio, man. And you know, he's not like one of these rappers that are gonna fill up a club. We filling up arenas. You feel me? Gangsta's Paradise is no joke. You know, so we were doing some ridiculous stuff, and I thank him. I thank him to this day, every day in all my interviews. You look at one of my shows and you go look at Coolio shows, you'll see where I learned entertainment from. Feel me?
Bangers too, man. Like, I grew up, I'm 44, so my teens were right in the mid 90s, right?
Yeah.
Coolio
all right.
Some fucking bangers, bro.
Yeah, he did. And you know what? We're doing 1.5-hour shows, bro. No problem. You know what I'm saying? Dancers, all kinds of shit. It's like a real show. These people are paying, you know, real money to see us perform. So I learned how to entertain with Coolio. I learned how to rock a big ass show with Coolio. I would rock the show 10 minutes before he would come out. He would tell me, "Yo, DVS, go warm up the crowd." And you know, we're in different countries, so Compton is an expression and Compton is a presence. Feel me? When you say the word Compton, it's a motherfucking expression that people turn around to, and it's a feeling that no one ever gets. You feel me? So when I get on stage and I tell them Compton's in the house, it would, man, to this day, you got me seeing it right now. You know what I mean? Like, I would never forget those moments, you know, and, you know, I take those same moments when I was a DJ and apply them as an MC, you know, so I know what it is to be a real entertainer.
There's some about hip-hop artists from Compton, too, have this great ability to make you, I've never been to Compton, but I've heard enough songs that make me feel like I've been,
right.
Like, my favorite MC of all time is MC8. And there's nobody that, Yeah,
Shout out to my brother MTA, Compton's Most Wanted. Shout out to my brother Chill. I'm gonna have to get him on here for you, bro.
Be a dream.
Hey Jay, I'm gonna have to try to get him for you, bro. That's
That
family. You know, I've been working with Chill from Compton's Most Wanted. I actually got some songs with them. Oh man, you just tripped me out. I gotta get the homies on here for you, bro. You'll love it, dog.
Oh, that would be a dream. The funny thing
Hey,
is, so
hey.
our new show, the playlist, just dropped on Overtime Hustling with me and Payne Gusto. And one of the segments we were doing is hip hop artists who changed our musical life, right? So I started with like Nucleus because that was the first hip hop song I ever heard. But
okay, yeah, me too. I love that song.
MC8 changed my life. So I mean, I listened to NWA, but that was like a one-off, right? To all the other music that was around. When I heard MC8 straight out of Compton on the Menace to Society soundtrack, I was like,
yeah,
I need more of this. I need
and
more
you know
of
funny?
this.
We share the same story. That's funny. So look, me growing up in Compton, my uncles used to steal cars and break them up in my grandma's driveway, right? I'm walking little kid. My uncles are throwing out tapes, all right? And one of my uncle, my tío Genaro, rest in peace, I love him because he introduced me to hip hop. Right? Listen to this. He gives me the Compton's Most Wanted tape, the blue one. Gives it to me. And he says, listen to this. This is what hip hop is. And he tells me in Spanish, oye, pinche chamaco, ven. Then wait, esto's hip hop. I was like, what the fuck? A dude that can't hardly speak English is telling me. By the way, this comes from a stolen car, all right? It's not like he went and bought it. All right? They're stripping the fucking car on my grandma's driveway, right? I walk in, they give me a Compton's Most Wanted tape. I put it in my Walkman, changed my life. My first ever song that I had really seen DJing was, you know, DOC, Funky Enough. You know, that was, my neighbor was doing the doubles. I jumped over the gate and his big brother started scratching on that song and it changed my life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the first tape that I had ever had in my hand as like, it's mine, was a Compton's Most Wanted tape. So that's crazy because we share pretty much the same story. You feel me?
Well, and you grew up in Compton, but I heard that, so you used to live by the Watts Towers. And one quick thing, I didn't do this on purpose, but I got Ice Cube on
that's
today.
right. That's right.
So it's all Compton across the board. But
yeah,
what was that? You grew up by the Watts Towers?
Well, look, I grew up in Compton, but my grandma lives in Watts to this day on Wilmington and 92nd. Now, 10 years later, I mean, we all our lives, you know, mama's gonna go out dancing, grandma's babysitting. So my front yard has been Compton, Watts has been my backyard. We've been playing in Watts all our lives. My mom, probably like 15 years ago, probably 15, moves to Watts at the Watts Towers, at the dead end. So to this day, my mom lives there. I actually still live in Watts. I live across the street. I got my own house across the street. So I'm still, you know, I run a podcast every Wednesday called High at the Towers at 7 p.m. every Wednesday. You know, little plug. I mean, shout out to Main Event. Shout outs to freaking Fred and Jazz Juggernaut. We've been doing it for a year now. The community loves it. We've been on PBS. We've done some few things. So when you say I used to know, I actually still do live right here in Watts. I'm part of the community. I've raised money. I've done everything you could think of here in Watts to help my community here because I live here. I've done it in Compton too. I've gone out, pumped gas for people. I've done so many things that you could think of for my city because I love my cities. I call myself the king of the barrio because I love my barrio. You feel me? And I'm going to do whatever it takes to help my barrio, not to continue fucking it up. I want to see futures come out of here from brown and black communities because I feel together we can really embrace what hip hop is kind of left out in LA. You know, we only have this thing that everyone sees in the movies, and that's kind of created what really happens here, because back in the days, black and brown really ran together. You feel me? All this movie shit and all this shit created this fucked up aura that has just been happening, and now it's starting to fade away, and bigger communities are coming out of the ghetto. And I love that, because, you know, Compton just did the Super Bowl. You feel me?
Right.
Compton just did that. You know, our city is pretty much the mecca of, it's like the Bronx. You feel me? And I come from that legacy of, you know, the man that started it all, and that's Eric Easy Wright. So shout outs to the Wright family. And when I tell people I'm not just signed to Rich and Ruthless as an artist, I'm part of the family. My sister Erica, that's the oldest child of Easy E, always tells me that I am part of that family. If Easy E was gonna have a Mexican son, it was gonna be me. That's everything. So shout out to my uncle Big A, little Easy, E3. You know, they believed in me from day one, and you know they brought the chain. It was insane. It was insane just to have this on me, and to be able to represent the music that I grew up to be able to say I am a part of that, and now I get to make that music. And when I called Eric and told him that I was gonna start doing some Spanish shit, he told me about time.
There you go.
You know what I mean? And he's in my video Somos de Compton. And then I called him up when I started recording my first Spanish album. I called him up and told him I got one for us. And, you know, I've worked with Eric already on the Yellow CD. So it was nothing. And, you know, we did a video to it. It's at 300,000 views on YouTube right now. So, you know, it's moving, and we're not promoting it the way it should be promoted, because I was telling Eric, I just want those real views. Feel me? I want to see who really in my city's fucking with me, and right now my city's fucking with me. So now that I've accomplished that, we're now gonna move very heavy on the promotion. But you know me, I'm a MC and a DJ at heart. So while they're doing that, I'm doing this. I'm dropping another one. You feel me? Right. They hate me for that, because I wrote it in my contract that I was not going to be, you know, put to anything. If they want to promote that album and put all the budget on that album still, go ahead. But I'm about to leak some new shit in the streets, though. Feel me? So you know, I'm working, bro, and I'm blessed to say that I'm part of the Wright family, you know, and that's Eric Easy Wright's family, you know. So shout out to my brothers and my sisters.
That's dope as hell, and I definitely got more questions for you, but right now I got a quick word from our boy Freezes at Overtime Hustling.
Hey, I'm gonna go take a...
What's good? It's your homie Freezes Christ. Y'all know the deal. Make sure y'all head on over to overtimehustling.com, where you can catch all the latest merch, all the newest mags, all the media, everything. Know what I mean? And you can also find me on Winging It with the homies Keith G, King Dale, and Payne Gusto. And you can catch me on Turf Tales with the homie SK. And if you got nothing to do on Sundays, even if you do got something to do, make sure you tap in the Overtime Reactions hosted by the homie Cuzzo. And I cannot forget the homie Jay over there at the Yankee and the Brit channel. So make sure y'all go over there and check them out. And hey, check me out, your boy Freezes, on that Real Talk with Jay. It was a hell of an interview, yo. Gotta do it again. I keep saying it because I mean it. We gotta do it again. I had a great motherfucking time. But anyway, you know who it is. Freezes H, OTH, Yankee and the Brit, Winging It, Turf Tales, Overtime Reactions, Chronicles Podcast. You know the drill, Cush's Corner. It's a motherfucking movement. So move with it. Or move out the motherfucking way. Simple and plain.
Overtime hustling, we hustling overtime.
Shout out to the OTH. Go cop some merch. You can get the newest edition of the magazine. And don't forget, SK the Riders dropping music almost every day, it seems like. And my man, I definitely want to talk to you about the Towers. And I definitely want to talk to you about Little Easy. But before we do that, I'm going to play one of your songs for him. But I got one question before we play the song, or more of a comment. So one of the lyrics in Sup My Boy is talking about smoking cookies. favorite fucking strain, best base of a strain to like grow a hybrid, man. There's nothing like Cookies, bro.
And why I said that, and you know how long ago that video is.
Yeah.
Why I said that is when I was moving packs, I always wanted the best. So I actually drove to Frisco and met with Burner's people while they were still growing it, making it. So me and my boys got to smoke it before it ever came out.
Okay,
so that's why now. You know how old that video is, and Cookies is barely popping now. Feel me? Yeah, so that video is almost 10 years old, and it's been shouts to my homies in the Bay. You know what I mean? So that's why I said that.
That's absolute facts, though, because I felt like I found Cookies before most people, and I found them about 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe 4. Dude, that's dope as shit. And if anybody wants to know how Cookies was grown, I forget the name of it. There's a web series on fucking YouTube from the dude who started Cookies. I forget his name too, but like it's a dope ass web series. Go check that out, man. That's a good one. But I had to bring that up because I caught that Cookies line. And I was like, oh shit.
Hey, I'm glad you caught that because I always tell people that shit. Like, hey, you know why I said that? Because it's a famous story, dog. We literally just drove over there without really knowing a lot of people out there with money in our pockets. Like, we want some better shit. You feel me? And you know, at the time, the Bay had always the bomb of shit. You know, now you can just come here, but the Bay always had the bomb of shit. You know what I mean? So that's why I did that. Yeah, that's why I said that.
All right, before we get to more questions, I'm going to play a song for him that's from you and Johnny Capo called Certified James. And
oh, yeah, shout out to my brother Johnny Capo.
Everybody who follows Overtime Hustling, keep your eyes open. There might be a couple faces you might recognize in this video.
Glad I didn't try that bean pie. You been gassed up.
What a cop. Cruising down Cotton Boulevard. Remix, baby. I'm cruising down Cotton Boulevard. I'm cruising down Cotton Boulevard. I hope you got a pass to go this far. Time to clock in that overtime. Hustle like all the time. On the throwaway, talking to Primo like, what's the price? Double up, quarter piece. Vato stay holding. I tuck it in, show it in my Compton like clothing. Eric White attitude, I'm roll like ODB. Swinging like Apollo, bitch. Here come that Rocky 3. The game ain't fair, so I next day air. Call my nigga Capo like the box in the air. Let's get that money from Compton to Richmond. My 3 side youngs get that Kershaw pitching. No hitter, always smoking killer. I came with my bitch, but I'm leaving with my hitters. Since I'm getting older now, I ain't really fucking around. Send the mortars out and have them goons come and whack you down. Ain't no paint up on my face, I ain't no fucking clown. Man, I'm moving like a gangster. I've been having money, couldn't tell you nothing about a drought. Scarface cameras got the big chopper in the house. I'm from the south, see the gold grill in my mouth. Homie, I grew up with the gangsters. You know I keep my eyes peeled. I'ma earn the dog. The money coming back and forth from my house calls. I got runners hitting switches on the low shaw. And the lawyer if we pick up beef with the law. Yeah, exchange drugs for cash. Riding real slow with the top peeled back. Fresh nights on my feet when I step on the gas. Creep up on the mark like what he say and smoke his dirty ass. I'm out in Cali far away from the James. Affiliated with them niggas that be up in the gang. How you think I linked up with Kiki Smooth? We finna kill a whole bottle of Grey Goose. Niggas moving the train with no caboose. I was into certain things for to give me some loot. But now the money washed up, so it's all legit. And don't quote me, boy, cause I ain't saying shit. Since I'm getting older now, I ain't really fucking around. Send the mortars out and have them goons come and whack you down. Ain't no paint up on my face, I ain't no fucking clown. Man, I'm moving like a gangster. I've been having money, couldn't tell you nothing about a drought. Scarface cameras got the big chopper in the house. I'm from the south, see the gold grill in my mouth. Homie, I grew up with the gangsters.
You took me back, yo. That's crazy.
Man, that's another song that
Johnny Capo. Hey, me and Johnny got some new shit coming up. we just, man, last summer we shot a gang of shit. So y'all get ready. He's going to be dropping it this motherfucking year coming up, he said. So y'all get ready for that.
Yeah, and that's another song that had me feeling, I've never been to Compton, had me feeling like I was in Compton. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I got to say,
my nigga called me up and was like, I want to go to Compton. So we took him to Compton, you know?
Yeah, and the first time I saw that video, I literally text Suge and was like, bro, is that you with the beard, the hoodie, and the OTH hat on? He was like, yep, that's me. I was like, oh, shit, okay.
Yeah, no, man, he's been to Compton and Watts with me. You know, we done the interview at the Compton courthouse, the whole shit, you know?
Yeah, that's cool as fuck, man. But like, I seen him in there and I was like, oh shit, look at it, it's fucking 21 all up in the video.
Yeah, you know, man. You know, he's LA certified too, man. So, you know, that's the homie, man. I got mad love for him and his daughter.
That dude has been so great to me. Like, he's just been great. He's helped us out a ton. And now I'm doing a show on his channel too. It's great. It's a good time, man.
Yeah, man. Much love to OTH. Shout out to my brother Virtual that's done his graffiti out here too, man. I hooked him up with Virtual, and Virtual's been blessing him too. So shout out to the homie Virtual.
So I want to talk to you about, so I was watching your Instagram and I was watching you out at the tower, man. That looks like it is fun as hell. Last night I was watching you.
High at the Towers is a podcast we started during the pandemic. Me and my brother Main Event, that's the co-host, my co-host. He's actually the host, man. I'm his co-host. We're standing right where we do the podcast, and we're smoking a blunt, and he was like, "Oh, have you ever heard of a podcast?" And I was like, "Kind of, you know, like, why? What's going on?" He's like, "Nah, everybody's starting podcasts. Wouldn't it be funny if you and I start a podcast?" I'm like, all right, whatever, you know, continue getting high. We didn't say nothing about it, but for some fucking reason, the next day, without wanting to, I swear to you, I started looking up ways to do a podcast. And I don't know, I found a way that I felt could be for us. You feel me? And that's through the phones. We didn't want to be indoors. You know, we said we were going to do a podcast outside, and we started to do it out of a weird situation. My boy he came to me, was like, I'm just tired of doing the same shit. You know, I want to do something different. And I told him, you know, he's a great rapper, right? And I was like, let's work on your music. And by the way, I came up with a way we could do the podcast. And he was like, what the fuck? So we started doing the research. You know, I'm a DJ at heart. I know all the little wire tricks. You know what I'm saying? So I bought a bunch of splitters and we started doing the fucking podcast. And, you know, I'm a people's person, bro. Straight out. I love helping my family. And I saw it in my friend's eyes that he really wanted to do this. And if I can help him do that, I'm going to do it with him. And then my little brother, Freaky Fred, he was going through depression. He was, you know, him and his spouse broke up. And, you know, that will hurt a man in a lot of ways. So I didn't want to see my little brother go down that route. So I invited him to come to the show when there was no one there. And I gave him, you know, a headphone set. And I told him to speak his mind, and now he's part of the show. So then I added my brother Jazzo the Juggernaut. Same thing, man. He's a great person. I felt his chemistry he was already doing another podcast with some other people, but he's been sponsoring me for a long, long time, the Knocking Cats with the K. I just wanted his energy at my table, so I kind of stole him. You feel me? And we have created this energy of just the dopest shit that you can ever find in the streets. You'll hear the helicopter, you'll hear gunshots, you'll hear the police passing by, and those are not sound effects. Those are real. You'll hear the kids, you'll hear the dogs, you'll hear all that. One of our biggest artists that we had was Dave Navarro. You feel me? And Dave Navarro came to the Watts Towers and sat on that chair.
Hold on. the Dave Navarro, like Red Hot Chili Peppers, Jane's Addiction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a big Jane's and Red Hot Chili Peppers fan also. So I love
man,
Dave
so look,
Navarro.
you're gonna have to check out that episode. I'm gonna send it to you because
Definitely.
shout out to my brother Dave Navarro. My co-host got him on there. You feel me? My co-host is this guy right here. But anyways, they're into the art world. You feel me? The graffiti art world. They're both into that. So my co-host felt like our show, it was time for take our show to another level. He invited Dave. Dave came over like it was nothing, bro. During pandemic. You know, pandemic is going on. Niggas can't go outside. He comes. And he just didn't come on any day. He came on his mother's death anniversary.
Damn.
To celebrate her life, outside. Because, they couldn't do anything. And he wanted, and we had a beautiful ceremony for him. And it was just the illest shit. But I will never forget what he told all of us. He's like, I've done MTV. He's like, I've done every interview you could think of. And this was the best interview ever. He's like, I had never done an interview and there was a helicopter rolling around. He was like, I really felt like these questions were genuine because honestly, dog, I know of Dave Navarro. I know that he was fucking Karma Electra. He's on that damn show, the tattoo shit. But that's it.
Yeah.
So everything else, only person that knew everything about him was my little brother and my co-host. You feel me? So all the questions we were asking was just out of genuine curiosity of a ghetto motherfucker. Feel me? And it's the same thing with when I bring like a big hip hop person to the podcast. My little brother's a rocker skater. He don't know shit about hip hop. Only Kendrick and like these weird other rappers, right? So I start bringing these West Coast legends. He's be asking the most funniest questions, but the dopest questions at the right time. You feel me? My brother Main Event and Jazzo the Juggernaut, they run a lot of the interview. Me and my brother are more of the clowns. You feel me? So you get a feel of the streets and a little bit of what is a podcast. You feel me? And that's High at the Towers. And we do comedy skits. We have a character, his name is Boom Boom Bang Bang. He does the Watts News for a 2-mile radius. So it's just really news about the Watts Towers. So whatever's happening at the Watts Towers, that's his news. You feel me? So yeah, we are about to hit we just did 95, episode 95. So, we're about to hit our 100 episode. Yeah. So we're pretty proud of that. We're sponsored by Amazing Beauty. She's a healer. She, man, shout out to my sister. She does edibles and all of that. And she's been doing it with us for 95 episodes too.
Nice.
So we just did an episode for PBS. PBS came and wanted to film us doing our podcast. That was the craziest shit, yo. They heard throughout here, a lot of activists come to the Watts Towers. They see what we're doing. They see something positive, and they spread the word out. Next, we were on PBS.
Do you ever in your life think you'd be on the same station as Big Bird?
Hey, you know what? We said that shit, right? But then look, some real high motherfucker told me, you ever seen PBS After Dark? He said, there be some wild documentaries on PBS, dog. So they were like, I'm pretty sure you're more of a PBS After Dark nigga. You know? I was like, that's the real shit. Because at first I was like, how they gonna put us with Big Bird? You know what I mean? I like, that's racist. That's some straight Mexican shit. Yeah, Sesame Street, Watts City, some gang shit. You put them together.
They should have brought Big Bird out when they filmed.
Sesame Street is a gang, all right? Them motherfuckers know how to gang bang on your kids and make them throw up what they want. All right, niggas, everybody for Sesame Street, dog, they all got gangbanger names, Big Bird. All them niggas, dog. Think about that shit.
Well, you grew up in the 90s, and being that you were going back and forth between Compton and Watts, did that ever cause problems for you at all? Because it was lit in Compton and Watts.
Yeah, but like I told you, my cousins, we all really are embedded in these streets. Feel me? All my aunties, look, my auntie likes black men. We don't just got Mexicans in my family. You dig? we in here tough, man. The next cover that I'm bringing out is gonna be my little black cousin, and the CD's called Primo. That means cousin in Spanish. You feel me? But I'm putting my real cousin on my cover.
There you go.
You feel me? Because in my family we have half black, half Mexicans. With you know what I mean? And that's just what it is. And they speak Spanish, but they're black men. You know, and you know, I back them up. I love my little cousins, man. I love them to the day I'll die. But I want to be able to represent that part too. Like, I got it fucked up. You feel me? Like, my family is different, and we've been through a lot together as a family, ups and downs. My when one of them get in trouble, my auntie's gonna go tell my mom, and now it's a family situation. Everybody's got to get involved. You know what I mean? That's how it is with my family, bro. So, I all I can say is Compton is my front yard and Watts is my backyard.
Yeah, and it kind of blows me away because we're actually a lot more similar. With like, you grew up in Compton, which is completely different, but our music, and now like my family's like Italian and black, so we have the same. Once something happens, we can be fighting amongst each other and let some shit go down, and we all just come together like a rock. You know what I mean?
Straight up, bro. That's the scary part. I'll be telling people, man, I'm really just on my humble tip. You know what I'm saying? But we at that age now that I just want to live my life, bro. Like, I don't want to continue fighting with people, man. You feel me? Like, I'm trying to, why I wear this? I'm trying to bring great energy to everybody around me, where everyone could be happy and winning. Feel me? I already went through that shit. I can't act like that no more, because I can't be that dude no more. Feel me? My mind is set to really create this music the way that Easy would want to hear it out of Mexicans. You feel me? I have my squad, Ricos Impecables. That's Rich and Ruthless in Spanish. That's my cousin Jay Huerta, Killer Left, Caesar Laughter, Hub City Queen, my boy Isak from Long Beach. I've been helping these men and women from my surroundings to be able to create this music. You feel me? Because I'm not just a rapper. People forget I'm a DJ too. And I'm dangerous when I'm a DJ. They can't stop me. They can't close doors on a DJ. They close doors on a rapper. I've seen it happen. But a DJ will get into a lot of doors. And now I've been actually opening all my chambers, opening everything I have as a gift, and opening them all up now. And so I can actually show the world what I've been building all this time. So shout outs to my squad that's been believing in me to lead them, because if I'm going to lead somebody, I'm responsible for the moves we make, and I take that very, very serious. So that's why I dedicated this next CD to my cousins, because they've been holding me down in the streets, for real, keeping my name alive out there with my music and spreading the word out. So my music gets really played through Compton and Watts a lot, through my Latinos and my black homies. And a lot of the females are jumping onto this new music that I've been bringing out, because I'm not just doing street music, I'm doing club music too. I'm a DJ at heart. That means that if I could DJ in those crates, damn believe I can rap in those same fucking crates. You feel me? Just because the boom bap crate is my favorite crate don't mean that I can't do the same shit I do on this boom bap shit on that club crate. Feel me? The same shit I could do on my boom bap crate, I'm gonna do it in the club shit. I'm gonna make some hits, and that's what I've been doing. The last song that I put out is called Peligrosa. Shouts to Shooter Rick for doing the video, putting it all together. I wrote that song with Easy on it. I wrote all of it. Feel me? I've been paying my dues. I've been doing that. I wrote Kid Frost's last album. Feel me? So before What's Up My Boy came out, why it came out was because I was writing Kid Frost's album, and I got treated wrong. Feel me? And What's Up My Boy was my retaliation way of telling Frost, nigga, I didn't write you no hits. I'm gonna show you what I can rap. And shout out to Kid Frost. Me and Frost I told him, man, I learned a lot for letting people take advantage of me, and that will never happen. That was your last meal, like Snoop Dogg said. You feel me? And that will never happen to me. I forgot that I love hip hop that much, you know? And they don't understand that, you know, they gangster rappers don't understand what hip hop is, you know? People don't get it. NWA used to say hip hop in their records.
So, well, you starting out as a DJ, you've seen an evolution of DJ from back to like digging into crates for records to now, like everything's digital. How crazy has that been as a DJ to watch the whole transformation?
You know what? I love it. I am a big fan of DJ Rectangle, Qbert. You know, and I actually have cool conversations with DJ Rectangle, and I saw what he was already doing with his scratch records and all that. I already knew that the evolution was going to come. I'm gonna tell you this: my godfather is a big techno DJ out here in LA, and as a kid, why I became a DJ was because as a kid, he used to hire me on the weekends to go take them big ass sound systems. That's like unloading like containers, bro. These motherfuckers, they got it so good. When I was 15 years old, you know how heavy a crate of records is, my nigga?
Bro, House Party. It reminds me of House Party when they're loading
this is what we're doing.
Car. Yeah.
But my Nino was like the guy. You know what I mean? He's bringing the speakers, all the crates, nigga, the lights, the crates of the lights were heavy, bro. For fucking $20 a night, but I wanted to be there. I didn't give a fuck. My mom was like, well, you want to go get dropped off? Then go. Fuck yeah, drop me off. You know what I mean? Man, the day I saw them niggas walk in with a laptop, I was like, what the fuck? Damn! This nigga got a whole van of crates and a laptop. Can't beat that, bro. Feel me? You can't beat that, though. Like, I was living in New Zealand, and shout out to my brother, DJ Logical. He was one of the people that helped create Logic. You feel me? So Rectangle comes and he brings Serato to New Zealand to all the big DJs, and you know, I was a part of that. And to see that happen, and I was not living in the United States when it came out. I was living in New Zealand, so I didn't catch it till like 3 years after it came out in the United States. You know, people were already using it, and it tripped me out at first because I was already seeing, like, all right, man. When it came to making beats, I got to sit around Timberland, I got to sit around Battle Cat, and I got to meet DJ Quick with BG Knockout, and I saw some real shit.
I love BG Knockout. BG Knockout is one of my
brother BG Knockout. That's one of my mentors that helped me develop what I'm doing now. You know what I mean? To this day, BG used to live with me and my brother. Like he's really one of my family members. He's the reason why people don't fuck with me here in Watts. You know, yeah. Having them dudes around and me being a DJ and watching the growth of Serato, I felt like that's fucking dope. And only thing was when I started working it, it felt like a video game. Really? You ever played the producer video game? It felt like that, you know? It didn't feel like I was really DJing at first because and then I kept trying to take the vinyl off. No, you don't supposed to take it off no more. Fuck. Then, you know, it just felt weird. But once I had adapted, it was fucking monster. You know, to this day, I fuck with the little controllers, you know, and because I left all my stuff in New Zealand for my kids for hopefully one day one of them picks it up. Anyways, I fuck with a lot of the controllers, and I be doing some shit that there's no way I could do on turntables.
Okay.
Feel me? So I've been looking at the new battles, and I'm like, yeah, these kids. Shout outs to my boy K Swift from New Zealand. He actually is world champion, and it's funny because his dad is my best friend, and I saw him as a little kid, and his dad putting those turntables in front of his face. And at age 15, he became world champion. So, oh, my bad, 16. So, you know, he was right under A-Track. So, you know, I love what DJing has become, especially because to me, this year I finally got back into it. My wife surprised me with a little controller, and I started fucking with it, dog, and it just brought me back to being able to play music. You know what I mean? I got the decks and all that, but nothing is hooked up. This little thing changed my life, yo, because I got a laptop. You know what I mean? Everybody's got a laptop nowadays. You know what I'm saying? It just changed my life that I spent like a couple hundred on just being part of record pool so I can have all the music I always wanted. You know what I'm saying? I went through like a day of just downloading all my favorite West Coast shit. Then I thought about it. Then I downloaded every fucking record I always wanted in the East Coast. You feel me? From Pun to Big L, Gangstar, like all the rare shit that I could never find in vinyl. Because I know the names to look for. You feel me? Right. All the rare records. I'm calling up my Japanese homies like, hey, man, shoot me a copy of this. No problem. For real, dog. So a lot of, you know, shout out to my brother DJ Too High from Japan, Yokohama, One World DJ crew. That's one of my brothers. He was happy to hear that I was DJing again. So I actually, from High at the Towers that we do every Wednesday, I do local Fridays on Fridays, and I do them on Saturday mornings. So it's me going back to DJing and then DJing all local music, because High at the Towers, all you got to do is email us your music at highatthetowers@gmail.com, and we will play the fuck out of it, because we're like stoners. We're them stoners that like repeating the song. You feel me? Like, just play it again. Like, that shit was hard. A lot of dudes don't like doing that. We do. We the motherfuckers be like, hey, that shit was hard, dog. Play it one more time. Let's roll up another blunt. That's the type of dudes we are. We really love music. We're not, you know, if your shit is hard, we're going to play it again and again and again until somebody else comes with a bigger song. You feel me? And that's just how we are, bro. We really love music. So having that inspired me to want to do more with the show. So I started DJing, and it's been going great. We've been having like some of the dopest West Coast music been sent to us. A lot of people been asking us like, how do you guys get y'all playlists? Like, they just send them to us. The fans are creating the playlist instead of the radio station creating the playlist. You feel me? So the podcast, we said this the other day, is becoming more like a radio station than a podcast because I'm DJing again. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And
you know,
the thing about it is any fool can go get a laptop and everything you need to DJ, but you got to know how to DJ. You got to know how to hype a crowd. You got to have the personality for it. So it's like, it's an art to DJing.
Yeah. And I gotta say this. I was already the dopest backyard DJ there was. Feel me? But Coolio made me an entertainment DJ. He taught me how to really adapt to thousands and thousands of people. You feel me? I'm gonna tell you this, man. I've been DJing at quinceañeras my whole fucking life, bro. All right? You can't fuck with a nigga that know how to be on the mic at a quinceañera. All right? If you know how to be on the mic on a quinceañera, dog, you fucking everybody up. So me as a kid, I always looked up to the guys that would talk in the Mexican band. Sí, como no, pues que darle un saludo aquí a toda la gente. I would hear him MC the night and then sing and play the guitar. You feel me? As a kid, going to these quinceañeras, my mom used to tell me that I was just, they thought I was crazy because I would sit there and stare at these niggas. The niggas, you know, Mexican family, nah, este güey tiene algo. You feel me? Something wrong with this motherfucker. I know it. Because I was so amazed on, as a kid, how this nigga is making them go crazy on the shit he says. Really? I'm like, how the fuck is he doing this? How is he controlling all these people from the shit he says? So when I started DJing, I took that. And people started booking me on just that I knew how to talk to the people You feel me? And introduced the quinceañera and the padrinos and all of that. I figured that shit out watching them. So when Coolio asked, now backyard parties, I'm yelling out Crip, Bloods, SS, you know what I mean? And when Coolio asked me to DJ for him, it was on an accident. My brother Too High from Japan, he couldn't fly around at the time. He had just got here. He couldn't fly around. His visa was fucked up, right? He overstayed. And the best candidate was me because I knew Coolio's nephew too. And they knew I was already, I had 1-2 little, guitar center battles. You know what I mean? Fucking niggas up. Feel me? I always was an entertainer. And Coolio's nephew saw one of my battles that I had won. So they called me up out of like, fuck it, third chair type shit. Fuck it. And this is house phone days. This ain't no motherfucking nah, my dog. I'm talking about I'm on the block and I'm seeing my little brother skating down. Kiki. The party. Fuck. And I'm like thinking, like, what the fuck they want, man? I'm out here chilling, smoking. Fuck, all right. Still took me another 20 minutes to actually leave the block. And I lived on the next block. So I walked, called that nigga. He said, I used to buy Chronic from him. You feel me? And, so I was like, I already read up. What the fuck this nigga want? Oh, fuck it. Let me call this nigga. So I called him, ding, called him. And he was like, my nigga, I need you. I was like, what happened? I'm thinking he got jacked or some shit. And he's like, I need you to go to Atlanta. And I was like, for what? No, my bad. Texas, Arizona. No, Arizona, my bad. Arizona play fairgrounds. And I was like, for what? It's like Coolio's gonna need a DJ and we just need you to go and press play type shit. What the fuck? They're gonna pay you $300 at that time. $300. I was like, all right, we talking. What's up? I'm already DJing for $300 a night. So I'm like, what's popping? He's like, look, man, we're gonna do this, and that. All you're gonna do is press play, man. We're gonna do sound check and we're gonna teach you what you gotta do. You got this. All right, fuck it. Boom. I get the plane ticket. I never had flu. I'm from the hood. Here we go. Boom. It was fucking dope, bro. Like, I get there. There's a motherfucker waiting for me. And there's a white dude, too, like, with a sign that says, DJ DBS. And I'm like, this is for real. It's not gonna ride. It's fine. This is for real. Boom. Get to the fucking sound check. It was weird because for the first time in my DJ career, I felt like the first time I was DJing. Like the first day, my first gig, I was nervous as fuck. Right? And I was like, why? I've been doing parties like crazy. I'm the motherfucking man in the hood. I mean, it's just another gig. But I'm looking at the fucking sound systems. This is not what I'm used to. You know what I mean? I'm used to one certain Vega, bass bottom, and the top one. You know what I mean? Got a little speaker for the. Hey Jay, where does my artist come through for? And look, let me show you something though. See this dude right here? Get down a little bit. He used to be my record boy. This is one of my cousins. That's my artist Jay Huerta. Yeah. You feel me? Make some noise with the homies from the East Coast. Shout out to Jay. Shout out. Right? So Jay Huerta's all over my new mixtape, and I'm gonna be dropping his new single, No Vayan a Llorar, soon too. But he used to actually be my record boy. So my first gig, he was with me, and I was nervous as fuck. Next thing you know, I'm DJing for Coolio, and the first song we played was Fantastic Voyage. Come along and run. And I don't know why, I just started fucking scratching. Right? And I continued to scratch over his verse. And I don't know why I couldn't stop. You know what I mean? That nigga, the song finally finished. That nigga put the mic down, came up to me. I'm thinking, oh, I'm fired. The nigga said, that shit was cool, but don't do it no more. After that, we went back home. I got another call, and he took me to rehearsal for 3 months, bro. Feel me? And taught me the art of being an entertainer. And me now as a rapper, passing it on to my little cousin, teaching him how to be on stage. And he learned really fast. got with the program, when we're on stage, we're not these MCs that we got coordination, the DJ, everybody that's part of the show is part of the show. You feel me? My shows don't look like shows; they sound like mixtapes. Because we what we try to do is look for the songs that blend together. I don't think rappers have ever done that. You feel me? My show actually pretty much blends in and it flows together. You know, and I leave these outros so they can blend in together, and that's where I talk. So it's like a mixtape come to life when you come and see Kiki Smooth and Jay Huerta performing. You feel me?
That's dope as fuck. All right, man. I really appreciate you, and I won't keep you all night, but why don't you tell everybody where to find your shit, how to find your podcast, all that kind of shit, and I'll definitely put the links in the description.
So check it out. Just Google the first Mexican rapper out of Compton. That's simple. Okay. And I will come out. Kiki Smooth, the first Mexican rapper out of Compton. I have a project out right now called Compton. You feel me? Out right now. We have 3 videos out right now on YouTube. It's on all digital platforms. The new album is called Primo, featuring my little cousin Jay Huerta. So me and Jay Huerta is going to be dropping that CD. Jay Huerta's new album is coming out. Golden Brown, another project that we have together, is going to be coming out. All of these projects are coming out by the end of the year. My artist Killer Left, the Alien Outside's album's coming out soon, probably by the end of the month. Caesar Laughter's new single, No Cap, is dropping at the end of the month too. Hub City Queen's new single's out right now. It's called Trust Me, and I am continued to work. Feel me? Kiki Smooth, KIKISMOOTH on everything. So I love you guys. Shout out to the East Coast, from the West Coast, man. We love you guys. And, you know, hopefully we see you guys over there soon.
Hell yeah. I'd love to talk to you again sometime. Thank you so much again for your time. And everybody who knows the show already knows. But if this is your first time, don't get out yet, because we're going to leave you with Kiki Smooth's song, Something Dope.
I love you, bro. He's actually in the video too, man. Shout out to my brother Extract Films and Something Dope Podcast. Love you guys, man. You know what it is. Think Club,
right,
Black Ink, Rich and Ruthless, Hub City Music. Hey.
Thanks for watching. One world, one love.
Thank you, bro.
Deuces.
Hey, thanks, bro. See you, dog. Hit me up.
For sure.
I'm something dope, dope. That's right. I'm something dope, dope. I'm something dope, dope. I'm something dope, dope. Mama was the coke lady, now her son's dope. I'm talking beer, uncut, that boy go. Que rola primo, making cinos like that shit is nada. Pineapple, watermelon, smooth lines, elevada. Picasso, facial cara. Here rider, Cuesta Border, pinch your order, papa need that dollar. Baby, pop my collar, go and roll like kilos. Marlon Brando, bout the handle, call me Al Pacino. My brothers going malice, then I put your thing. Scarface and Manolo, all my dope boys get that green. I step up in the scene, paid in full. Rich Porter with your daughter, Rico squeeze that tool. Pariente on the news, getting hotter, but they can't see me, you can call me Mayo Zambada. Early in the morning, talking Blanco with Griselda, like Freeway Ricky Rosso, take a loss and bounce back on your mama. Across the Rio Grande, smuggled out of Mexico. I guess they knew one day her son would be dope. En California con la doña colombiana, haciendo lana con la ganga, nunca para. Pushing powder, white girl, that Madonna. I'm something dope when it comes to making dollars, like, hey, that's me in the bowling pie. We about to flood this block, hey, that's me in the bowling pie. We about to flood this block. Soy ese dolarito, roladito, periquito colombiano. Como Pablo lo vendo caro, doblando cada cuadro. Hoteles con pichones, oye chichi que te ello. Un leño con el Rafa, narcos on the payroll. Maradona haciendo coca, puros pinches goles. White girl en la bolsa, don't you know we the dopest, rapping like I'm cheesy, but it's easy at the crack house. When on my Commodores, I be Lino at the brick. Let it rip now. I be in the ground in New York, still falling for them Franklin dopest. Never been stepped on. Two-stepping with my weapon, with my dopest one. En California con la doña colombiana. Haciendo lana con la ganga, nunca para. Pushing powder, white girl, that Madonna. I'm something dope when it comes to making dollars. Like, hey, that's me in the bowling pie. Bowling pie. We about to flood this block. Hey, that's me in the bowling pie. Bowling pie. We about to flood this block. I'm something dope. I'm something dope. I'm something dope.
Everything's polluted. The environment, the government, the schools, you name it.
This radio person is the whole problem. Are we going to allow this guy to be heard by anyone who can turn a dial?
You out there? You listening?